statement and open it up for questions, students and athlete.
Yeah, just on the lead up to this, it was just great. Obviously we had a heartbreaker in the last one, but it was just great. I think what helped us a lot was just coming into a UConn Georgetown game where Ed's got these guys playing great. Almost got Marquette on the road. Just coming into a game where it's like, UConn and Georgetown's kind of back, and I thought the building, walking through the tunnel today was just an awesome feeling. With where the Georgetown program is, and being able to play a great big game on the road versus Georgetown when they got a real good team, and that kind of energized us coming out of that Villanova loss. That was tough for us. So. Credit to what Ed's done, but also credit to our team and credit to this man. This is the winningest player in college basketball, one of the greatest players in UConn history, and we knew we'd get this type of response from him today because this guy is one of the best players in college basketball.
Questions for Alex? Here.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, coming off of that loss, what was kind of the message coming in and just kind of leaving that behind because it was a tough loss and refocusing yourself in that locker room on the task today?
Yeah, doing whatever it takes to win. Coach talked a lot about hunger, just being the hungrier team out there offensively and defensively. And we knew that this is a completely different Georgetown team than they were last year. We had to respond and really show up, and just really trying to leave that tough loss behind and just focus in on how talented this team is and just to do whatever it took to win.
And you guys defensively were locked in today, but what I don't think people notice is how physical you guys are off the ball. Just talk about how you were able to prevent Georgetown from getting to their landing spots and making them feel uncomfortable on their offense.
That was a big point of emphasis heading into this game, is just really trying to make their catches tough. And teams do it to us every game, so we just decided why not do it to them. So it's the Big East too. It's the most physical league in the country, and you just got to be physical if you want to win on the road, especially.
Alex, like Coach said, you've accomplished so much in college, but obviously, the last game didn't end the way you wanted to. How have the last few days been for you? And were you playing with your championship rings like Coach suggested, or?
I did what Coach said. I did. I listened to it completely, and
Felt good, right?
It felt good playing with the rings, and that was probably the lowest of lows I've had in my UConn career. Just from I practice free throws all the time and just everything in general. I work my ass off, and for that to happen, it sucked. But had to have a quick turnaround and respond as the type of player that I am. But it's also just credit to Coach right here. He was supportive. He was by my side the entire time and just lifted me confidence after the game when he texted me in the morning, just making sure I was good. And I don't think I'd be able to have the performance that I did today if it wasn't for this man right here.
You guys had a long embrace after the game. Can you share anything you said there?
Just a hug. I'm a big hugger, and I love hugs, and that's just someone who I am. And it was kind of just like a thank you to Coach, just because he lifted my spirits. And the entire coaching staff, my teammates, my mom, my dad, they all lifted me up after that tough loss. But he was the main one that just really got me to the confidence level that I needed to today. And the hug was kind of just like a huge thank you.
How much do you think physical and mental maturity played in your victory, particularly in the second half?
We had to be. We couldn't be too high or too low just based on them going on a run or playing the scoreboard. And that's a lot of mental. It's just making sure that we stay with it. And they had the crowd by their side, and we knew that they were going to respond. Coach Cooley does a great job with their team. So we knew that they would respond. We just had to really make sure that we stayed locked in throughout the entire game. And physicality was one of the main points heading into this game too, so we weren't surprised by it.
Were you surprised by their diamond late in the game? I don't know how much they really showed that this year.
We've seen a bunch of defenses already, so you just got to go out there and play and just read and react to what the other team's doing. And I think they did some diamond last year too when we played them, so it wasn't much of a surprise.
Anything else for Alex?
Right here. Alex, the 17-2 run to start the second half. What was the focus coming out of intermission for you guys?
Just set the tone. Just set the tone defensively, and that's exactly what we did. And just to keep the crowd out of it, is we wanted to respond and play championship basketball as who we are as a program, and we did that exactly. And we really just built off built off that run into the rest of the half.
Also 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3-point range. What do you feel you were able to take advantage of today offensively?
Just taking what the defense gives me, and a big emphasis for myself heading into the game was just being more aggressive and assertive. And it's my team, and I got to do that. And today I probably still passed up a couple shots, but still, I just take what the defense gives me, as well as trusting my teammates. I have the best teammates in the country.
Last for Alex right here.
Hey Alex, in Coach's opening statement, he called you one of the greatest players in UConn history. How does that get your confidence going forward, and what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, I haven't thought about it too much yet, just because I'm still playing here and want to add more to history. But that's just the greatest confidence boost that you could have as a player, and for him to be by my side and just lifting me up, it's unbelievable. And he's going to continue to push me every single day in practice. And when you get to the games, he's just uplifting everybody, and that's just what makes him the best coach in the country.
Thanks, guys. Well, let's go back to the locker room.
Thank you.
Questions,
Thank you.
Coach? Questions for Coach Hurley? We'll start right here.
Hey, Coach, it looked like you varied your coverage on Sorber. A couple times you sent the double, a couple times you did not. Was that the plan today, was to make him almost think about how different you were in his coverage?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all about with him, just the spots he catches it on. Like your pre-catch, post-defense, if it's not on point, that guy is real technical, like a NBA vet in terms of like sealing and playing for position. So on the short 2-day prep, we just worked so hard on pressuring post feeders and just breaking the contact with him and not giving angles into the post, and then really just trying to avoid letting him get catches in his spots. And then with certain players we trapped him. With other players that we thought were physical enough to hold up, we didn't trap him. So we threw a lot, obviously, at him.
And 15 turnovers, with the bulk of them being live ball turnovers. Just speak to, was that something, they have small guards. Was that something you thought you could take advantage of?
Well, yeah, I mean, they had 15. We don't turn people over. That's why we've been so bad defensively this year. But coming out of the Villanova game, where we just basically allowed their best players to catch the ball wherever they wanted on the court, a huge point of emphasis for us was to not let really good or great offensive players catch the ball. Because once they catch it, you got problems guarding Mack and guarding Epps and guarding Sorber and guarding Peavy. So like make the catches harder. And then I tell you what, like Williams and Peavy, there's a reason why they're top 30 in defense. I mean, those two guys are like shutdown corners. They really disrupted a lot of the stuff that we were trying to do. And we're a really good half-court execution offensive team, but those two guys were like shutdown corners out there just blowing stuff up. They're a really excellent defensive team
Right here.
in their own right.
You like what Ahmad gave you, especially when he came in for us on the end of the first half, on both sides of the ball?
I did. I thought he was good. Gave us a little bit of offense there, some physicality on the ball. I think that he takes a step towards earning time in each half. And then listen, Hassan is Hassan needs to be kind of playing in that 28 to 30 minute range. So we need that. We need that from Ahmad.
Talk about your maturity second half. I mean, you guys stuck with what you did and blew the game away.
Yeah, I mean, we just talked about hunger. I thought that we were, there wasn't a desperation to us in the Villanova game. Sometimes when you win 8 in a row, you forget how brutal you feel when you lose one, and we forgot that feeling of Maui and what that felt like, and that feeling of losing has got to unleash a hunger in you, and a desperation. And an urgency, and I thought we played with that type of just hunger today, like there was no way we were going 0-2 this week, and I don't think a lot of people are going to win at Georgetown this year, so I think this really helps us in terms of playing at the top of the league, because I think they're gonna hold court here a lot.
when you look back at your St. B's days, how have you grown?
You know, I'm nowhere near as emotional. No matter what, you know, fake stories people write about. I'm just gonna tell you, like, I've not had a text message or a phone call. I saw the president in an elevator when we played Gonzaga at MSG, and she wished me good luck. That's the only conversation I had with my school president. Okay, and I would just please with UConn fans, like engagement farming media, like those people that are not legitimate, like they're winning if you respond to what they're writing. You know, like low-level journalism. You know, like that. Like don't unfollow, and I just please leave it with like 1 or 2 likes, and like don't engage that shit like that. But I'm not a whole lot different. You know? I just, you know, listen. You get better. I think obviously, you know, when I'm in a situation like I'm in, you know, maybe the team's not playing well. You feel like you're not getting, you know, a great whistle. Obviously, I'm an intense coach. But again, I grew up on Big East basketball in the 80s and 90s, when that's how the men coached, and that's how the games were played. And I grew up on Knicks Bulls. I grew up on Lakers Celtics and Sixers Celtics, and I grew up on, that's the basketball, and men competed life or death to win games, and it was total desperation. And that's how I coach. If people are too soft and not like that, I guess they could try to cancel my style, but I don't give a shit.
Thank you.
Anything else for Coach?
It's a good way to end it.
Yeah.
Oh.